Nice job, bud. 12. So take your axes and hook them in. Oh, I didn't give you sport clips. So grab them by the axe.
By the sharp point.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
If you drop them, they land on us. So grab them really tight by the sharp points. Yep. And then Mom will lower you. I moved up, graduated high school in 2001 in like May and moved up in July of 2001.
Where did you move from?
San Angelo, Texas, or San Angelo, America.
Harness and climbing shoes for outdoors.
The plan for food is long noodles with the ramen rescue stuff, and then I was gonna make a snack plate to eat while we boil water.
All right, let's go, boys. Shoes.
Seems like there's very few places in the country, and Jill can probably agree, not that I've seen a lot of it, but that you're about an hour and a half from about anything you want to do. So we originally moved up here with the intention of moving back home eventually to raise our family, but we started getting into the outdoors and it was just too hard to leave now. There's no way you could get us out of here, I don't think.
Gotcha.
You all right? Nice job. Check your feet. No, we got into the outdoors because it was free, really. We started hiking with the boys. Jill was probably the biggest instigator of it. But she got me a backpack to overnight camp one time for Christmas, birthday. What did you get me this for? Watch your axes. Get your points out of there. You don't want them facing down. Good job. So then we got into hiking because it was free. The boys were little, you could put them on your backs and go, and it was good family time. And then it's just, as the kids get older, it's evolved into trying to keep their interest more and keep mom and dad's. I mean, well, we're not gonna lie, we are selfish and drag them along with us on all our event experiences as well. So, but they've certainly been the motivator.
I'll probably take the vest, I think. Yeah, the vest would be good for Werner.
After living here for 10 or 11 years, we realized if we were going to be able to do if we wanted to do anything, the summer months are pretty short. They're amazing here, but they're short. So if you want to have fun all year round, you just got to get out in the thick of it. Started out enduring the rain, and then rain down low means snow up high. So got into snow sports and doing this kind of stuff. So. We had a couple of different plans. We were going to overnight originally. The weather came in, which in Western Washington is certainly a factor. You can't really predict the weather until a couple days before, so we altered our plans a little bit and just did a day trip up to Skyline Lake and a little summit peak above Skyline Lake, no-name peak. Got the snowshoes out. We checked conditions and knew it was going to be dumping snow with a bunch of fresh snow, so powder was going to be thick. Snowshoe kind of conditions for sure. So got all that packed in. That particular hike is a fun one. We've kind of got a history of going up over the years since the kids were really small, because it's a massive elevation gain over a short amount of distance. So the downhill is really fun for them. When they were little, we used to go up there every year, and they would bring the trash bags and hop in the trash bags and slide down. And no, move around. You see how you're going opposing? You need the bottom. You don't want to fill it with air and snow, right? When you slide. Until the oldest grew out of the trash bag and now is finding other means of, no, you got glasses on, you're good. Find other means of getting down, but yeah. Built a pit and had some lunch. It's a pretty quick trip up and down, so weather looked pretty good over in Leavenworth area, Icicle Canyon. So we decided to also pack some gear for maybe a little top rope rock climbing off the side of the road or cragging. So there's 3 points of contact. You can hold it up here and go down. You can hold it here and go down, or you can hold it here and get a long stride and go down. And just grab a good point, weight it before you take the next move to go up, just like regular climbing. You want to weight it and make sure it's a good hold. So this, I'm looking at it. I mean, that looks like a pretty good one, but this one looks like it might even be better. It's typically cold outside, but as you're active, your body's moving a lot, right? So you're burning a lot of calories, you're sweating a lot, you heat up really quickly. But ultimately, you don't want cotton. You don't want stuff that's gonna sweat and stay there. You want it to be able to dry out pretty quickly. So the heated core provides that great. It's very breathable, and it dries pretty quickly. So what I've found is I can kind of carry one less puffy layer for like summit. When we get to the top, you want to typically keep your body heats cranking pretty good. Climbing, you get up to the top, you got to put layers on to maintain that heat, so your body doesn't exude so much energy cooling and warming like that. And so without that other layer, with the heated core, you can flip it on when you get up there, and it'll maintain that core body heat, which is really nice. And then I've done a couple of really synthetic layers on top of that dry really quickly and don't hold water. And between that and the heated core, I've reduced essentially two layers, and it's been pretty nice. It's nice to get out of the car and crank it on and have a nice warm body when you start. Turn it off, get to the top when you're humping it. Get to the top, turn it back on before your body cools off again. Oh, this is perfect application for it. Yeah, you're not using it so much when you're climbing, because same thing, you're sweating pretty good. But just getting up the hill here, I had it on warm from getting out of the car, and I was sweating pretty good, turned it off. But now you're doing this kind of stuff, the person that's not climbing, that isn't active, is pretty chilly. So Jill is currently cranking hers on, and I've got mine on. And you have yours on, Towns? So you can stay nice and warm while you're belaying, which makes you more attentive and not thinking about being cold, and just an all-around better experience. I don't know, we kind of stumbled upon it. I mean, we've kind of always taken a pretty active role with the kids and being around a lot, and as any parent does, I guess. But we found and it was all by sheer luck, we just kind of stumbled upon this amazing multi-day trips, or even just day trips where you're out with the kids and no distractions, no internet signals, no computers, none of that. You're kind of fighting the elements together as a family, which kind of, helps keep, that, I don't know what the word is, what am I looking for, Jill? Helps keep that family bond stronger, maybe, without sounding too cheesy. But then, good job, Warner. So it's kind of our first big 3-day trip not around Mount Rainier, but a pretty good slog around one side of Mount Rainier. And you just didn't see a car for like 3 days. You didn't, it's bugs and nasty and gross, and everybody's complaining about it at the same time. Everybody's getting through it at the same time, battling the same thing. And Jill and I kind of noticed as the boys, and they would probably not argue with the fact that they just bicker and bellyache all the time, right? They're brothers. And as a parent, you want them to kind of be more friends than enemies, and we were certainly questioned it forever, but on this hike we kind of recognized, as they were far in front of us, kind of just hanging out like buddies would at school, and just chalking it up and yucking it up. And it was, Jill and I both looked at each other and we're kind of like had this aha moment where like, they do like each other. We might be the problem, but those opportunities provide themselves with every trip that we go on. And as they get older and become teenagers, and we got a 14-year-old middle schooler about to go into high schooler over here, and a 12-year-old about to go into middle school, they tend to be less voluntary with information in school and stuff like that, and so you got to kind of dig it out of them. But it's really weird, you get them in this kind of setting and we're hiking and there's just nothing, maybe it's because there's nothing else to talk about, I don't know, but you start to learn things about their teachers and about their friends and certain events. It's minuscule, but you're not, much different than at home. You're not like trying to pull it out of them, it's just kind of volunteered. So that's probably in a long answer to a short question. That's probably, nice job, dude. adds to what we find most appealing about this, you know.